Thank you, Senator Watt. Senator Steele-John.
Thank you, Acting President. Mitochondrial diseases are significant, life-limiting, serious diseases. In Australia, each year, around 56 children are born with mitochondrial diseases. These diseases develop as a result of genetic faults within the DNA in our cells, mitochondria, part of our cells that provide the very power for the body's cells themselves. When a fault in the mitochondria is transferred from the parent's egg to a child, there is a likelihood that the child will be born with mitochondrial disease. This bill before us today moves us closer to granting people the ability to make a choice when they are considering conceiving a child. This choice enables a medical procedure that would allow people to decide not to pass this genetic abnormality onto their child. Passing Maeve's law through the Senate will allow parents with a high likelihood of having a child who will develop mitochondrial disease to be a step closer to choose to undergo a procedure to replace the mitochondrial that has a genetic abnormality with a mitochondria from a donor egg. After careful consideration, I have decided that I will be supporting this legislation. Now, I have heard firsthand at the experiences of families that have journeyed with the impact of mitochondrial diseases, and I've had first-hand experience of children born with these diseases too. I want to emphasise to the Senate that it is a significant, multi-systemic and progressive disease. It can impact your heart, your muscles, your brain and much, much more. It leads to multiple organ failure and can be deeply unpredictable in its nature. Indeed, the average life expectancy is between 3 to 12. It is clear from the evidence that has been presented to the multiple inquiries that have played an integral part in pulling this piece of legislation together that this is, without a doubt, a devastating, life-threatening disease. I'd like also to acknowledge that this bill, as written, commences with a Stage 1, a phase defined as a research and clinical trial phase. It is anticipated that this stage is expected to take around 10 years. In speaking to parents, it is clear that while there is hope in the passage of this bill, it is in its nature bittersweet for those who are wanting to reduce the likelihood of transfer now. This is especially true as mitochondrial donation has been legalised in the United Kingdom since 2015, with the first donations procedure occurring in 2018. For this UK example, assessments were completed and parents carrying mutations on a gene that would cause a rare mitochondrial disease called MERRRF syndrome. This syndrome can be devastating and neurodegenerative in its nature, a disorder that worsens over time, often resulting in early death after losing muscle control and experiencing dementia. It is examples like this that are exactly why we must commence making this procedure available to those who need it as soon as it is safe to do so. We also need to ensure that funding for rare diseases is continued to be made available. The Greens support ensuring that people with rare conditions, including mitochondrial diseases, are provided with wraparound healthcare services for the person with the disease, their families and their support networks. I call on the government to prioritise funding for research, including resourcing organisations that are doing much of the heavy lifting in this area, particularly the Mitochondrial Foundation, and I am proud in making this speech to wear a pin in solidarity with the Foundation tonight. I will close by thanking the many people who have campaigned for and enabled this change. It has been many years in the making to get to this point. Those passionate about this matter have participated in the 2018 inquiry into the science of mitochondrial donation, the National Health and Medical Research Centre community consultation in 2019 and in 2020, through to the Department of Health's process early in 2021. Often when supporting someone through significant illnesses or experiencing one ourselves, it can feel as though change is slow and hard to come by. Today is one of those historic moments where the community and its voice collectively has been heard by people in this place, and we get the opportunity to take a major step forward together.